Shalom, shalom. Before I start off this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory is due unto Yahweh, Alahayanawa, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rahakorash. Double honors to my apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who do teach and rule well in these scriptures. Peace and blessings to you, hopeful elect brothers on the highways and the byways, pushing this word out in truth and sincerity, risking your lives and freedom to do so. Double shalom to you, brothers. Shalom to you, brothers and you few sisters who are listening and learning. And I want to, I just had a conversation with a relative, and we gotta, what I'm saying, it's a relative that I actually, I'm actually living with, man. And when we dealing with people in the world, when you're dealing with family members, you want to tread lightly. So I usually just, when people talk about, the scriptures from their point of view, because a lot of people have their own private interpretation of the scriptures, and it's usually 99% of the time not right. I was talking with this particular relative about Revelation 12, and I was just listening to him. I didn't expound on anything because I know, this particular relative, they not gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? I done had conversations with them before, and when I first came into the truth, and it just kind of didn't work out. But I've since then, about 7-8 years ago, I've learned how to conduct myself. But it did prompt a lesson through the Spirit. So I want to get into Revelation chapter 12, and in particular dealing with verse 12. This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So what this is speaking on is Esau, Edom, the elite, who actually run and oversee this current kingdom. This current kingdom, this current era is Esau, Edom's era, and it's coming to an end, and they know that. So they're coming with more draconian laws. They're coming down on you Israelites very, very heavy. When you go down, and I'm going to read down, and that's going to come in the form of cutting you off from these benefits that you've received. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the serpent is about to cut off Eve. And that is happening, and we're seeing it happen in real time, man. So, I'm going to keep reading. This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 13. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, meaning Esau is realizing that he's being casted down from his excellency, slowly but surely, and his complete fall is going to happen very, very quickly. It says he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man child. Hey, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is bringing this man's kingdom down, man. Esau is getting ready for a war in heaven with Yahushua and the holy angels. So that prophecy where there was a war in heaven is not talking about Satan rebelling from heaven, man. If you still think that Satan actually rebelled against the Most High Yahweh, and his son Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, nothing, man. That's just that, for lack of better words. Absolutely nothing. That is not what that scripture is talking about. That's why the Lord set up men to rightfully divide the words of these scriptures. And if you're not going to listen to them, hey, man, fuck you, man. Keep being unlearned and keep walking around here in darkness. The Lord won't allow you niggas to walk around here in darkness. That's why he won't allow you to get it, even if we break it down into decimals for you. He has a spirit on you that it's a demon blocking you from getting it because he wants to destroy you. These fucking Christians, man, it's like, I won't deal with them. We've been told not to deal with them. Go away. You know what I'm saying? We not here to try and convince you niggas, man. If you've heard the word, you know what we do, you know what we about, and you don't agree with it, hey, get the hell on. Like Elder Yaquab said, man, you know, in the word, you know, and this is what I've heard from the apostles and other brothers. If a nigga can't get it, we moving on. That go for anybody, man. We not finna be trying to take our time trying to convince you when your conscience has clearly been sealed. You know, it's been salakia, seared, as the scriptures say. A lot of these people, whatever it is that they do believe, they stuck in that, and you're not gonna pull them out of it if the Lord want them deceived. So just leave them be, you know, and deal with them accordingly. But salakia for that. This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 14. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness. You know, those great wings of an eagle, it represents a great escape for those who actually took heed to the prophecy concerning what Yahushua said would happen to the Israelites in 70 AD. That she might fly into the wilderness, which represents Africa, or that in that area, into her place where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time from the face of the serpent. It also is going into, see, because we fled into different parts of Africa, but we were taken from over there and brought over here on cargo slave ships. And during our captivity, Esau Edom has nourished, you know, pretty much nourished us to a certain extent. Hey, I've had food stamps. I know certain brothers that probably are still get, you know, they might be, you know, we use this word as not abusing this word. There's nothing wrong with it. You got good brothers that use this word as not abusing it. And even though they getting ready to have to deal with it, we all finna have to deal with the effects of it. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is gonna take care of his flock. He's gonna feed his men, women, and children, you know, who are under that, who are under his wings, man, so to speak. We not gonna starve. Those of us who believe and who have faith, we gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? But you wicked ass niggas of our people, you're gonna feel the effects of you're gonna get hit with those arrows of famine. You know, you're gonna get hit with pestilence. You're gonna see and experience great death, and it's gonna trouble you. You're gonna howl for vexation of spirit, man, like the scriptures say in the book of Isaiah. You know, dealing with you know, we're not, you know, there were certain programs set up that Jake benefited off for a long time. What this prophecy is going into is that's coming to an end. Esau finna put all his money towards going to war with Yahushua, with Russia and these other countries. You know, You know, all of the U.S.'s allies are literally gonna turn on them, man. So it's gonna be all hell is literally a second away from breaking loose. You know. Let's see, I'm gonna keep reading. And the earth helped the woman, Salakia, this is verse 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman. That represents what you see happening now, martial law, you know, and different things of that nature. The persecution of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because you are the ones who fear the Lord. You are the ones. Even if you got you know, a lot of our people, they got the zeal, but not according to knowledge. But that's how you know we're the Lord's people. You know? It says, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua and have the testimony of Yahushua Mashiach. So what's getting ready to happen is they finna come down hard on Jake, man. You know, they finna come down. They getting ready to come down hard on Jake, man. You know, and you seeing that. Here it is. There are more Edomites that benefit more heavily from the EBT than there are so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. A lot of them benefit more from these different programs that are set up, subsidies and things of that nature. But who are they making the face of it? Who are they saying is the problem? The Israelites. Just like Nero did in the past, he's doing the same thing, and Trump is Nero if you can receive that. He's back here in the reincarnation. And we're all here in Rome all over again. You know, it's the same playbook, different lifetime. Now let's get this, because this is the point. But you know, the Spirit got on me because, right, hey, the last parts of Revelation, the 12th chapter, pretty much from verse 13 on down, that's happening now, man. That's happening now. The woman represents Israel. We are the Lord's woman. You know, the Lord has likened the nation of Israel unto a comely and delicate woman, man. This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 7. And there was a war, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. Who are the dragon and his angels? It's talking about Esau, Edom, and their space force. Getting ready to fight against Yahweh Shai and Michael and the holy angels. You know, that hasn't happened yet. And this scripture cannot be used to say that Satan or Shaitan, the spiritual demon Satan, never rebelled against the Most High. Even if the Lord got Satan putting hell on you, man, the Lord told him to do it. Satan got a boss, man. He don't do whatever the hell he want to do. You know? And it's like, man, it's like, you know, it gets you riled up when you see the scriptures getting preached the wrong way, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's why we got, right now, we can still do the work. We can come and you know, correct things that everything we see here, you know, we always got to filter it through the scriptures. And, you know, I just heard some BS, man. And I had to, you know, break off and say, you know what, let's just, we're going to turn that into a lesson, you know. But this prophecy has not happened yet, but it is around the corner, Revelation 12 and verse 7. What this is going into is, you know, like I said, that war in heaven is going to be between Esau, Edom, and his space force, like he calls it, and Yahweh Shai and the holy angels coming back in those so-called UFOs, the chariots. They're gonna be utterly defeated, man. Esau and his army, they're gonna lose. You know, thus saith the Holy Scriptures, man. But that hasn't happened yet. And Satan never rebelled from heaven. You know, when you go into the book of Job, it tells you how Satan he was among the sons of God on the left-hand side, and he had to give an account of what he had been doing. Does that sound like somebody that does what they want to do? A lot of you people, you're collegiate level readers, allegedly, and you do not have basic context clues. We're going to call them spiritual context clues, because if the Lord don't want you to get this, you just not going to get it. And you can't read the Bible verbatim and think that you're going to understand it. You have to have somebody break the scriptures down for you. It's just the way it is. But you know, the men whom have the knowledge, we're despised because we're poor. Because we not, you know, wearing a 3-piece suit, man, an Armani suit. We not riding in a damn Porsche truck and pulling up to a fucking church with a congregation full of zombies. We not doing that, man. You know, the men of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, our wisdom is despised. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. But, you know, I'm going to go ahead and close off there. You know, and Lord willing, this was edifying. And until the next one, I say shalom.